Okay, so besides quite possibly the greatest title in the history of film, what was it that attracted you to a project like Zombie Strippers?
Well, obviously, I am a huge horror movie fan, and I think that a lot of my fans out there know this from all my different interviews. So when I was approached to do this movie, it was a no-brainer. I mean, Zombie Strippers, hello. I'm a shoo-in for this movie. So I was able to apply my dance training, and my character in the movie, Kat, she's kind of this jaded, street smart chick. So that was easy for me. So the hardest part of this movie was really the makeup process. It was
the transformation's amazing watching as the film progresses.
It was hardcore. I mean, there were some times where I was like 6 hours in the chair. It was out of control. And, by the time I went home, I felt like I was so needy. I was telling my boyfriend, I'm like, please just hold me. I mean, it was such a hardcore process for me, So, yeah, I worked really hard on this movie. And everybody else did, too. The cast and crew kicked ass. It wasn't easy what we did, so...
So being a big fan of horror films, then recently, you got to work with some incredible big names with cult followings. You got to work with Roddy Piper recently and St. John Smith, and now working with somebody like Robert Englund. What's that like, working with those guys?
Wow. For me, I've always been like a huge fan of everybody that's been in horror movies, and I think the ultimate is Robert Englund. Roddy Piper is pretty freaking awesome too. Come on, he's an icon also. But Robert Englund, when you meet him, it's kind of hard to get past the whole Freddy Krueger thing. So, like, he made me feel uncomfortable, like a little scared when I met him. But then, once you start talking to him, he's like the nicest guy on the planet. So, yeah, it was probably one of the highlights of my career, being able to work with him.
Now, Zombie Strippers is more than just horror. It's also very much comedy. Is this something you see yourself doing a lot more of, or is that part of the things that attracted you to the film?
I loved doing comedy. I think for me it was very natural. I didn't play it like comedy. I did it straight, and it came out funny.
Right.
So it was very natural for me. So I hope, in the future, maybe next is a romantic comedy.